Timothée Chalamet scaling the Las Vegas sphere for Marty Supreme means actors are now their own viral marketing departments. Timothée Chalamet scaling the Las Vegas sphere for Marty Supreme means actors are now their own viral marketing departments. Yeah, I saw that, and honestly, I sent you a clip of Timothée Chalamet this week and this Marty
Hmm.
Supreme, and this guy is straight up making this movie so wanting to be watched that the take of actors have to start being their own marketing department. They have to start selling the movies because it's not good enough now just having an amazing trailer. Because I'll be honest, when I first watched the trailer to Marty Supreme a few months ago, was interested but not as hyped. But ever since Timothy Chalamet's doing everything he has been doing, his appearances in different shows, talk shows, doing the Sphere thing, and then just some of his comedy. I don't know if you saw he was on with Drewski on
Wojcicki?
the yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Good content out of that.
yeah, good content, and like I said, promoting Marty Supreme and everything. Um, Artists have to be their own viral, you know, marketing department because it's what's going to sell the movie. I saw one movie that I enjoyed somewhat. I think it could have been better, but if the actors probably did a bit more viral marketing, it could have probably been more of a hit. Was Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Okay. Hmm.
Really, I enjoyed it. Great trilogy, third movie, but like I say, if the actors did what Timothy Chalamet was doing, I think it would have made a lot more money because it did make, I think, 88 million in the US, but the last one, the Way of Water, I think made like 127 million opening weekend. So already 40 million less shows. Marketing probably wasn't all there. So, um, but yeah, Timothy Chalamet, that guy's crazy. I think he's the first person to also scale the sphere. I don't think there's ever been anybody up there promoting anything. So kudos to him.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I just saw that in this article I clicked on. Yeah, first person that appeared top of
Hmm.
the sphere in Las Vegas. Great marketing stunt. Got to kind of do it your own way, and in a sense, because like you mentioned, we're seeing a lot of films that could be great, once they hit theaters, but the marketing wasn't there for them.
Hmm.
Um, one way or another. Recently we had Marvel Doomsday hit a trailer. Then we also had what's the new Matt Damon movie?
Odyssey,
Poseidon? No.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, my bad.
Yeah.
Poseidon, Odyssey, same realm. And the trailer for Odyssey looked pretty great, and I guess it got some good audience reactions. Um, and maybe in some theaters, others, but at least it gets people talking about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like Timothy Chalamet is doing a fantastic job
Hmm.
at marketing this film, even if he is doing it all by himself, because between his Drewski appearance, that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he just seems like he's everywhere at the moment. I
He
think,
does.
like he's popping his head here, there, and but honestly, it's getting us to talk about him. There was,
Mhm.
I guess he has that doppelganger rap artist from Britain that he's rumored to be that guy, and then he did a cameo with him. So
Yeah.
it's like it's two different people supposedly still, and
Yeah.
he kind of left that looming, but still more to talk about with him. Hopefully, the movie's great. It comes out Christmas Day, from what I've seen. So yeah, and honestly, that's where we're at. I feel like you have to get really creative in
Yeah.
today's marketing because people, nowadays, especially because ads are just absolutely everywhere, people just kind of want to avoid them. So you
Hmm.
have to be creative in order to kind of find a way to stand out, in a way that will retain an audience. Because
Hmm.
yeah, if I see something and I'm disinterested in the first 5 seconds, adios, see you later. And that's why, that's something we take into considerations for clips of
Yeah.
this show. We talk great topics always each and every week, but you have to have those, kind of keywords and stuff to kind
Hmm.
of bring in an audience. It's the best
Hmm.
way to do it. So, yeah, and I don't know. I haven't seen a video of it of how he got on top of the sphere. I see him, obviously strapped into like this track over
Yeah.
there. I wonder if there's like an easy access or if he did it, I don't know,
I
some sneaky magical way.
I think there's some sort of easy access. I still think he had to sort of do a little bit of a trek up there, probably not all the way from the bottom, but like almost like, three-quarters in, and then there's stairs, but you still have to be probably tied in because you one slip and you like slip
Mhm.
from that, you're falling. So, um,
Oh yeah.
it's crazy. Like, yeah, kudos to him. It was pretty cool to see it. But yeah, this guy's everywhere, everything you see. And I think you make a good point, of like how marketing has to sort of change a bit from advertisements. And it sort of has to be like you have to market yourself. Because like I say, Timothy Chalamet's doing it on a lot of the big social media platforms as well. Like I say, with Drewski, that's getting a lot of that audience to be interested in Marty Supreme, who might have never even wanted to watch, a movie about a ping pong star from America back in the day. It doesn't really. catch or ring some people's like interest. But seeing him do comedy with these people, make sketches, have great interviews as well, it's gonna really bring people to the movie. One of the things it was almost gonna be a take for you, related to this, but I don't know if you saw his
Mhm.
interview. It was in the UK, but he was mentioning like who in the UK deserves a Marty Supreme jacket. And
Oh,
He mentioned Lewis Hamilton, the Beckhams, but then he went with I think it's Suzanne Boyle, is it? I don't
oh yeah, I
know,
did see that. Yeah. Yep.
and
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 she was very thankful for that shout out.
yeah, yeah, but I think what I thought was so great about him, saying is, that she went for her dream and achieved a goal, even though there was a lot of people that probably laughed at her, made fun of her for everything, because of her looks and everything. And it's like, no, she's a difference maker. That's why there's a lot of people going out and trying to achieve their goals because they saw her do that, go on to, I think it wasn't American Idol. Was it X Factor or something like
Oh,
UK?
Britain's Got Talent,
Britain's
I
Got
believe.
Talent. Yeah. So it's like, she did that and it really inspired a lot of people. And even if you don't think about it, there's a little bit of inspiration there because like I say, it's really pushing you out of the box to give something a shot. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, you gave it a shot. You can't say you never tried. So I thought that was really great. But yeah, he's doing it correctly. I think there's going to be a lot of people in the future in 2026 doing it this way as well. Because like I say, this movie, from what I'm hearing, is going to be probably one of the bigger movies to end the year, and all the attention also is getting like Golden Globes, the Oscars, attention, and it could be a top contender.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I completely agree. He's doing it 100% the right way. And, one thing I've really noticed about Timothy Chalamet, as a lot of people have, is, what really helps him is how knowledgeable he is
Mhm.
about like just tons of different subject
Yeah.
matter. You can talk sports with him. You can talk music with him. You can obviously talk movies with him. He's just kind of a wealth of knowledge. And I think in
Hmm.
that very same UK interview that he had, he was discussing visiting like or I guess binge watching TV shows where people find houses in those small villages
Yeah.
in within Britain. And it's like the villages that were built like in the
Hmm.
1600s and revamped the insides and stuff. It made me actually go and click and look at these small towns,
uh,
and it is fascinating. It's beautiful, like the architecture. I'm like, dude, I can see why,
hmm.
you binge watch shows like that because I think it looks freaking awesome. But again, like he can really just rattle off anything. And I think it
Hmm.
helps interviews, it helps marketing, it helps,
Yeah.
just conversation flow. And then, it covers a ton of different topics whenever you're in an interview like that. So
Yeah.
props to him. He's doing it right. We've mentioned him quite a few times on the show, and it just seems like, every time there's something to talk about him, it's either something, new or, he's just,
Yeah.
just staying relevant.
Yeah. No, he is. And I don't know if you saw him rapping. That guy's a rapper, man. He could throw
Yeah.
down some beats. It's awesome.
He certainly can. Yeah. No, he always shows up. Like we all saw him like at MSG last year with
Mhm.
the Knicks in the playoffs. The dude just seems like he has just the craziest fits ever. Like the dude
Yeah.
just shows up in like random outfits constantly, and
Yeah.
again, marketing for clothing companies. It's just
Yeah.
attention's always on him. And it just works. So props
Yeah.
to him. Timmy's he's given us Tim's, a
Yeah.
good name. I like it.
Yeah, like the Marty Supreme jackets, I think like they had pop-ups, and I think they got like sold out so quickly because I think of how much he's been promoting it, other celebrities are promoting it. It just sells out in minutes, so it's crazy, and it goes for about 250 retail. So I'm guessing on the secondary market, you probably
Wow.
got to pay about a grand to maybe catch
I'd say
catch that sweater. Um,
that's
but yeah,
crazy. I gotta look that up. Does it look nice?
it just says Marty Supreme, but it just looks like an old school like starter jacket.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Swag.
yeah, on StockX, a blue one. 2,900.
Oh man.
A red one 4K.
Oof.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. The last
Get
sale
those
was a
Christmas presents.
1,700. So, still 1,700 compared to 250. You got to spend quite a bit. So, you know, kudos
Yep.
to him. Yeah. But yeah, Timothy Chalamet is doing it right. We'll see. I think this movie is going to be great. I might try to catch it before the new year, but we'll see if I get some time. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Timothy
Looks
Chalamet.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to bring ping pong back
Shout out
too.
Timmy. Love that. Love
Yeah.
that. Are you a good ping pong player, John?
Um, I won't say I'm good. I'd say I'm okay. I think I could do a few, rounds, a few volleys. But I wouldn't put myself in a tournament because I probably wouldn't get out of the first bracket I'm in.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I was with two buddies. We went to Santa Cruz one summer
Okay.
because he had a cabin over there, and at the rec center, kind of like in the little, I guess, town of
Yeah.
where we were. It was kind of like up in the forest, up in the mountains, kind of. And at the rec center, there's a ping pong tournament that was going on, and we all joined it. My two buddies were better than I. I was decent, but that was like the only ping pong tournament I've ever joined, and it
Yeah.
was a ton of fun. And the competition at some random like Santa Cruz Mountain rec center was outstanding. I was blown away. I think I won one match and then lost the second, got knocked out. It was like a just a knockout tournament. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's good
Good.
times, good fun.
Hey,
Yeah,
something maybe we'll go try to find one and just do for fun.
yeah. Could get
Blog our
wrecked.
expert.
Could do really good.
It could be. I think it'll be really bad for me, but who knows? We'll see.
A lot of fun. Could be
Yeah.
really bad for me as well.
Yeah.
Ton of fun though. Good content. We should do that.
Yeah. We should.